Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to Switch with the 94. As you see, I've got my headset on, and today we're going to be analyzing day two of the Matrix Open. Now, day one was left not finished, as unfortunately I could not find my game from day one. I did find the game between Robert Ramirez and me because they are digitally broadcasted. There's nine DT boards, so the first nine top games are be able to see um, live. And unfortunately for me, I wasn't able to find my notations. And even if I had, it was kind of hard to understand everything, mostly because the spreadsheets make it difficult. They're kind of like faded, as you can see. They're like really, really faded. I can hardly understand the writing, which is unfortunate. It's not even my own handwriting, it's just a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet it was really difficult to see unless you have the white copy. But unfortunately, this is a FIDE event, we had to give the white copy, which was the first sheet, and then the second sheet, which is this one, we keep it. But since I can't find the yellow sheet that was the game I played against E2100, I was unable to show that game. But I do remember the ending, and that ending was very unique. Um, because if we go to new analysis, let me just try it. Remember the position. There were pawns here. Kings are on the board. King here. There. Pawn here. 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 There's a bishop here. Pawn here. There's no queen. Huh? And as you can see, the engine is going crazy, but not for long. Bum 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 bum. And then look at that pawn. Here, here, here. And I feel like I'm forgetting something here. Ah, okay, yeah, this is the position. It was black to move. Oh wait, no, something's wrong. Wrong. Wait, here, I need to add a pawn. How do I add a pawn? Oh, shoot, I can't add a pawn. What the heck? Why can't I add a pawn here? Yeah, okay. So in this position, as you can see, it's four pawns each. He played the move King d5, which unfortunately is the game because I played knight c3 check, 14 pieces. Once King c4 happened, I just take. After take, I just play h5. And this pawn is gonna promote. It was something like this. Maybe the pawns were on g5 and h4. So, but either way, it was still winning. And that's how the game ended. It was a game against a guy named Prospero. He is apparently an NM. He used to be a national master rated player. He won the title way back in like 1995. And it was interesting to play a national master in round two. I didn't know he was a national master. I beat him. So I guess that counts as like the first or one of the few national masters I've beaten over the board in a real serious classical game. But it's with delay, so again, it's a little bit weird. I don't know if it's a good testament of skill, but it definitely was it was a little bit more easy for the time control. That was my win against him. But speaking of the actual day two, we're gonna go to day two, the actual games. Let's start with day two. So my first round, if I can just go here, and I'm gonna go here. This is really tricky, guys. I'm sorry. Just trying to get my little games here. Okay, boom. All right. So the first game that was in the morning was against a guy named Ganta, and he was kind of interesting. Really just really nice guy. I remember seeing him when he entered the tournament. He looked so happy because he was really getting excited about how he was gonna be able to play on the DGT boards or there was 91 boards. It looked really incredible, the atmosphere, and I can't blame him. That was the first time I was there as well. And I noticed there was just so many DGT boards. There was like 9 DGT boards. And again, the top 9 games were being broadcasted on OS Wilson's website, so it definitely felt like a satisfying moment, to be able to play here, regardless if you lose or you win or you draw, you still have a majority chance of even playing there most of the time if you're able to keep drawing. And that's what made me happy about this event. That they would be able to play on the keyboards instead of those crappy garbage plastic boards. I hate those. I'm sick of those, man. I really hate it. One boards for life. Comment down below. But yeah, let's get to the game. So I played C3, and C3 is a move I've been doing recently. I've been trying to experiment a bit with opening strike away from the theory. Excuse me, I'm trying to get away from theory. So in this case, I start base E3, which in some aspect, if you play E4, you can notice a similarity here. After D4, D5, E5, and Bishop F5, it looks a bit like a Caro-Kann, right? Let's take, this is a Caro-Kann exchange. Now, if we go back to C3 and we play, let's say Black plays D5, E4 takes D5. This is basically a Caro-Kann all over again, except the only difference is that it's you who trade off your C pawn and not them. And it's really interesting. You're just trying to play reverse Caro-Kann. Um, also D5, you're here, Bishop F4. It's really nice, you get this really nice setup. And it's a reverse Caro-Kann, only with the Bishop on F4. So it's really unique, this Saragossa opening. I got the idea from a YouTuber, fellow YouTuber named the Chess Giant. So big shout out to him. He also made a recent video also comparing both openings of the Caro-Kann and Saragossa. Props to him. I'll actually include the video in this analysis if you want. But again, back to the game. I play C3. You got knight sits, D4, G6, and this prompted me to play one of my other favorite openings, which are being able to play. Like you can play different openings in this weird variation, like the Trompowsky, like the London system, like the Collie. You can play the Collie like this, and Bishop B3. And then you're gonna go B3, Bishop B2 castles, or you can just play a simple London system. You use castle and play E3. Now you got all the pawns on dark squares and your bishop's outside. Or what you can do in my game after Bishop G7, if you're a faithful American with so much patronage inside your veins, go for the Trompowsky attack. Ah, god damn it. Go for the Trompowsky. And the Trompowsky is just such a simple opening. I basically play 92, and the whole point of 92 is not to allow black to get the E4 square. So in some cases, let's say if you castle right now, I can play E4 and have some decent space in the center. I can play knight F3, G3, Bishop D2, or Bishop D3, knight F3 and castle, and I have simple ideas as white, which is really fun to play. He played D5, controlling E4, and I decided to just take. After he takes back with the pawn, I play E3. And we're basically a London system. The only difference is there's no bishop on F4. Like the bishop is gone, and it's simply a plan that's just revolving around castling and having a good pawn break. He castles, knight 3, knight b7, trying to go b6, maybe preparing c5. I play queen b3, targeting this b7 pawn, which is a bit weak, because now the bishop can't really move. He goes knight b6, and I play c4. And with this, we enter the imbalance of the game. There's a little bit of dynamics, because after he plays he takes c4, I play bishop takes c4. Why did I do this? So after knight takes queen takes bishop b6, and again play queen b4, you notice that black has the bishop there. But there's a key difference. I have the knight pair, but what do I get in return for the bishop pair? For one, I get the semi-open file for my rook. I get to target these little bit of a weak pawn. This pawn structure is not really good. F5, sure, you can activate the bishop, but it's kind of hard to activate this bishop unless you get some c5 break and start activating your piece quickly. My king can castle, and my knights are just really good if the position is closed. That is what I wanted to do. I wanted to keep the position closed and then open it at the right timing. He plays queen e7, saying that, okay, if you take my pawn, I'll play rook b8, so now queen a3, rook takes b7, rook takes b2, and I feel happy. I did not want to allow counterplay, so after queen e7, I just castle, rook b8 anyway. I play rook c1, wanting my own ideas, but perhaps just doubling up and putting pressure on the c7 pawn. Goes bishop f8, templating my queen. Really nice move by Ganta. I play queen c3, and then rook c8, knight e4. And knight e4 aims at so many tricks here. Here, you got to defend the f6 pawn. But if you defend it in a wrong way, um, it could be very deadly. In the game, Ganta went bishop e7. If he had went bishop g7, my idea here was d5. And I calculated this variation, but it's not that great for me at the end because I felt like, okay, he just trades everything. And at the very least, it's just around equal. So the computer just basically recommends me to take with the G pawn. I don't know why queen takes f3 is not preferred, but I guess it's just do a c6 and black has no issues. But once again, it didn't really matter. d5 was always a bit of a trick. Um, you had to watch out for these ideas. Queen d7, also d5 is the idea. Bishop takes, knight takes, and you are falling into massive trouble with these amazing discovery checks. So a really tricky idea. But Gonzo doesn't fall for it. He plays bishop e7, knight c5, going for a forking idea. And I don't take the bishop right away. I was thinking of taking the bishop right, but I didn't want to. Instead, I wait patiently with queen d2. We get queen b6, and I play a4, top move, h5, top move, and now knight takes c6. He took back with the pawn, and this one doubles his pawn chain, which is really nice. Rook c2, preparing a double, maybe go queen c3, then target the pawn. Queen b4, offering a queen trade. And here I thought for a bit and decided, okay, you know what? Let's trade. And then you took with the bishop. Now, if you took with the pawn, let's play b3. And after b5, I would have played this. After takes, b5. Not there. Take. I was thinking, I get my knight to c4, and even if he goes like this, I get knight to c4, and I feel like, again, my position, practically speaking, maybe black has equalized, but it's a bishop against a knight, and I feel like my opponent was going to crumble psychologically under pressure, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a simple game. Um, but instead, after queen takes, he decided to take with the bishop. I play king f1, c6 consolidating, rook c1 doubling, rook e8, and now g4, which is actually the top move, as the engine wants to expand and just break this open and get the rooks across, which is really nice. Going for that counterplay. He plays h6, I go h4, g5, take, king g2, king g7, rook h1, king g6, knight g1. And now my plan here is just to get the knight to e2, g3, and control e4, maybe try to go for an e5 break. And I just want to reach some type of position where there's some flexibility. You get rook e6, kind of like a Berlin move, with the rooks. Instead of being an h6, it's now an a6, which is really interesting. But you want to get the rook to b6 and start attacking the b2 pawn. I play knight e2. He goes f5, f3, consolidating. He moves the rook up, potentially moving to f7 or h7 to free up the rooks. I go infiltrating. He goes back. And I play rook g8 check. Now, rook g8 check is a really unique move, as the point of it is that he has to block with the rook. If he doesn't block with the rook, then he gets into massive trouble. For example, if he goes king h8, then just rook c1 wins the game. It pretty much wins the game right automatically. Yeah, like king h6, it just, I was thinking just rook c1, it just wins the game. Because even if rook g7, I was thinking rook h1. But apparently no. Apparently this, then why did I roll into it exactly? I don't remember now, guys. I'm completely terrible. Sorry. I forgot why couldn't he go king shit? Oh, I guess 93, yeah. 93, because now if you just take, this is a mate threat, and you're really gonna struggle. Okay, that's really nice. I was thinking I was gonna win a pawn, but he had to play rook g7 check, not rook g7 check, rook g7 to block the check. I traded, and after king takes, I play e4 to try and go for the only pawn break. Apparently there's losing the engine due to these really bad pawn structure. But again, I'm trying to make it flexible. We get king g6, now e5, bishop b7, b3, rook b6, rook c3, rook b4, king f2, king f7, king b3, and now b5. Here I trade again, and I push the pawn. And here after g4, I thought I was initially winning if we moved like f4. Well, because now g3, I mean, I just went pawns, I'm collecting. And it's really hard for black to really find a practical move. But unfortunately, though, the engine finds this incredible move of bishop d8 to try to just check from behind, and I personally do not understand why this is such a great move. I thought maybe I could move out, get my knight to d4 and attack, but apparently this move of bishop d6 is just such an incredible move, as it's a really good resource to try to defend. But I thought the pass pawn was just really unsettling for my opponent. But instead, I thought, okay, why not just take? And after take, I just play knight d4. I get really good pressure. These two pawns are gonna go away, and I'm win the game. Pretty simple development, no? Well, there's one problem. After I took, he played this move of rook e4, and I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna be a draw. King f3, rook takes. Just equal material, and I take the pawn. But he doesn't take the f5 pawn with check, and I go king e4. No, he takes this other pawn, and I'm like, whoa, okay, well, it gives me some hope to try to swindle. So king e4, rook c5 offering a trade. I decline it, going rook h3 to try and infiltrate for the back rank. We get a5, a4, takes 8, check, king back, check, bishop block, and now this gives me some hope. Knight d4, going for this garbage trick of knight hits, and the engine apparently the draw after rook a5. But who the hell would see rook a5 after knight hits here? King e7, rook takes. It's just a draw. King e7, rook h8, a2, and now rook h1, and it's a draw. Because then it will be knight and pawn against rook. My opponent did not see this. He thought this was terrible, and he didn't see a unilateral move. He played the move king f7, which unfortunately blunders the game. Dude, rook takes f8, which the engine marks as a brilliancy. I'm like, holy hell, it is a brilliancy move. It's a brilliancy move. No way. Incredible. King takes f8. Now knight e6. But after rook takes f8, he just resigned the game. Because now after he takes, I just go knight e6 check. King e7, knight takes, a3, just king e5 wins the game. A2, and now you got knight g3. And I mean, you might be thinking, wait, no, it's gonna be stalemate. No, I just do this. I just do this. And after check here, I just go knight a1. He stopped the pawn. Now I just enter. I just queen. I always had this knight a1, knight g3 idea, and I was like, oh, it's just Zeus one. No way. And that's how I won this really undeserving win. I did not deserve to win this game at all. Like I did not deserve it at all. Really undeserving victory for me. And my opponent, the moment he saw that I played rook takes f8, he just slammed the pieces and he was angry at himself. He was like, "How the hell did I not draw this?" And it hurts. I was just there. I didn't want to laugh. I didn't want to like do anything. I was just there, just feeling his pain. And yeah, just very hard. I mean, he went all the way. It was just a drawn game through practically the middle game up until now. And yeah, I mean, chess is just brutal. Um, but with that being said, again, the Knights were tricky bastards all around on day one and the beginning of day two. But now on day three, well, no, this is day two still, and we're gonna look at one more game. This is my game against Mel Goss. Mel Goss is a national master, and this is gonna be a little bit of a quick game. Um, by the way, I played with 94% accuracy in the game against Gansa. Against Mel Goss, it was d4. Let me just go to my perspective. D4, D5, C4, E6, Knight, C3, Knight F6. Now, I'm kind of new to playing these Queen Gambit decline structures with black. I do not know theory at all. I'm completely dead. I barely know theory from any opening. But I was just trying to experiment. We get Bishop G5. And there was a game I remember they played against Rui Becerra where he had the white piece and he played this exact line and he was crushing Becerra completely. Like there was just so much pressure, but Mel got under time trouble and eventually they agreed to a draw because Becerra offered a draw and Mel instead wanted to risk it. He decided to just take the draw and just take the half point to go home. But yeah, Bishop G5, Bishop G7. I had not no theory again. So I just castled, knight f3, knight e4, and this is probably the first moment where, again, I just don't know if you guys play knight e4, thinking that, okay, just takes, and bishop takes, queen d2, knight d2, and then f5. I did not think this was a good idea, but the engine said that this is actually really good for black, which is, again, really interesting to me. Mel did not do this though. He never took the knight. He instead played bishop takes, I played queen takes, and now queen c2. I trade, he takes back, and now b6, which again is the top move. I do not know the structure. I do not know the theory in this position. Rook c1, c6, bishop b3, bishop b7, and castle. Now, after the game, I told Mel, why did he never implant his knight on e5, like early on? And he told me that he didn't want to do it because he remembered the game against Becerra. He was the one putting on the pressure, and he nearly lost that game. So he just didn't want to do the same mistake again. Which to me is more like a relief, because I felt like if he played the knight on e5 really early, I would have been in serious trouble, because I did not know what to do against the knight in the center. But Mel did give me some advice on how to play these lines, and I was very grateful for that. Mel is a really nice guy. But yeah, knight d7, bishop f5, knight f6, knight e5, c5. Going for the break, there's a calculated. D takes c5, b takes c5, knight d3, c4 is forced, knight f4 with b8. Again, trying to use this file to target the b2 pawn. We get queen d4, and now queen b4. And Mel was a little bit confused, like, what? What's the point? Just b3. And now, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs, if I take, I lose my queen, and it's game over. But no, the whole point of going queen b4 is to now go queen b6. And you might be thinking, what's the point of queen b6? What if I just take? What if you just take here? Well, I just take, and after takes, I just take. And to me, I thought that was just basically a draw. But apparently the endgame says I'm winning here. 'Cause again, if you take on c4, now bishop a6 is just winning. You win a rook. I'm just up in exchange. And if you don't take, let's say what I originally found in the game, like let's say oh, let's just say something like I don't know, let's say knight 2, try guard. Apparently G6, bishop, I was thinking bishop A6 in the game. Just bishop B4, and apparently just black's better because again, you just have so much flexibility. So to me, this looks like a draw. It looks pretty much like a draw to me. But it's a very slight edge, and it's kind of hard to see why this is good for black. But anyways, back to this. Mel was kind of frustrated because he missed his queen b6 idea, and instead he just decided just to go rook d1. I traded everything off, we traded queens, and eventually we went into this rook endgame where there was a little bit of right. I did feel a little bit nervous. We did fidget around for a couple of times, trading rooks, and then he plays this move knight f6, which apparently the end doesn't like. But it is a draw at the end of the day. On really low depth, it would say that maybe black's a little bit better, although that's just my computer maybe. And after a while, we play the only moves. King sits, take, king sits, and here I just repeat back and forth. And then Mel offered me a draw. I just took his hand and shook it. There was this interesting line though after king takes, king four, king f5, king here. I play f6, king takes, and now g5, take, push, king f2, push, push, push. Um, Actually, no, this is not the line. I'm sorry. Where is the line exactly? There was an interesting line right about here with instead of h6, I could have played this really interesting move of h5, which the engine finds quite interesting. Because now after h4, e4 takes, I can just play king takes f6 after king 4, king f5. I take. Oh no, sorry, not take. I play f6, take, g5, take, king f2, g4. No, this is the wrong line. What's the line again? Did I mess up the line here? Oh, guys, okay. Well, I just messed up the line. I don't remember. But there was an interesting line where it was gonna be queen and queen. Only difference is black will be up a pawn. That's really unique. Maybe I messed up the line right here. Um, no. Yeah, maybe I messed up the line about. Nah, I don't think so. But anyway, yeah, we just fidgeted around, and this one idea that you have right here of going knight g4 was really scary, but luckily, his idea was just to go knight f6 and just claim the pawns, but luckily I had this easy source of knight e4, but he still played knight f6, which surprised me at first, but now it was like, oh, that's an interesting idea, but luckily I just never took. I realized that I had enough time with h6, h5, and unfortunately, I was able to, no, well, not unfortunately, and fortunately, I was able to consolidate and hold the draw. So, pretty nice win. Apparently his speed was also 2170, so I felt really happy, just to draw a quite a high rated opponent. To me, it just felt like a good game, good day. I swindled my opponent, but still, I'll take the win. And against Mel, that was just really incredible. And once again, we did have the Blitz tournament. If I can just show you guys a really funny image that one of my friends took. Let me just find it here. Ah, no, wrong photo, wrong photo. Let me get the right photo. Was it this one? Wrong photo. God damn, where's the photo, man? Wrong photo. God damn, guys, I can't find the right photo. That is really terrible. Wrong photo. That's just the thumbnail. Okay. Matrix. Was it this one? No. God damn. Nope. Damn, guys, I can't find the photo, which is super weird. I don't know why I can't find it. It has to be here, no? Um, well, I cannot find it. Unfortunately, I cannot find the image, but apparently, as you guys can see right here, this image of me just wearing that stupid hat and sunglasses, that was a edited image from one of my friend's pictures. I edited it myself, and it's kind of funny, just seeing myself wearing these stupid sunglasses while I was playing a Blitz tournament. I managed to win $25, so I basically won the entry fee, which is basically zero. But I just had a good time. I was kind of tilted, and yeah, looking at the prize fund, I was just vaguely laughing when I saw the final standing, and that first place got like over $100. That was completely innocent. Yeah. Overall, I don't want to make this too super long, but yeah. So basically, yeah, I drew Mel Goss 2200 NM, and I beat a 1900 named Ganta. So pretty nice so far for day two. And tomorrow will be the last day. Well, no, today will be the last day. I'm gonna recap it in a little bit, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoy and take care. Peace.